Well, today we're focusing our lens on Finidi George. We're talking about a man who brought this totally electrifying blend of power and precision to the pitch and completely redefined what it meant to be a winger on the global stage. Considered as one of Nigeria's greatest wingers of all time, that is a massive reputation to uphold, right? But he absolutely earned it. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how he secured that title through his explosive success in Europe and, of course, for his national team. Because he wasn't just a good player. He was literally a foundational piece for some of the most exciting, dynamic teams of the 1990s. So here's our roadmap for the day. We'll kick things off with Section 1, Enter the Nigerian Winger. Then we'll move to Conquering Europe with Ajax, Star Status at Real Betis, Super Eagles and AFCON glory, Shining on the world stage, and we'll wrap it up with a lasting football legacy. Let's get to it.
Section 1, Enter the Nigerian Winger. Before he became this global sensation that everyone recognized, who exactly was he out there on the pitch?
Well, standing at 1.91 meters, which is right around 6'3", he possessed the ultimate recipe for a winger. He was exceptionally tall for a wide player, but he combined that raw physical strength with just blistering speed. He was, for sure, an absolute nightmare for defenders. You try dealing with a guy who has that kind of power, technical dribbling ability, and a deadly right foot on free kicks. And the crazy part, whether he was deployed on the right or the left, he had all the tools to completely dominate the flanks. Now, before hitting the European stage in '93, he actually cut his teeth at 3 different Nigerian clubs: Calabar Rovers, Iwunyuwanyu Nationale, and Sharks. And from there, he made this massive, life-changing leap to the Netherlands, kicking off a pretty wild journey that would eventually take him through Spain and England. Which brings us to Section 2, Conquering Europe with Ajax. In 1993, he joined the legendary Dutch club alongside his compatriot, Ngweko Kano, and they immediately helped spark a golden era for the team. And when we talk about a golden era, the hardware speaks for itself. 3 consecutive Eredivisie titles. That alone is a resume most pros only dream of. But the absolute crown jewel was that 1994-95 UEFA Champions League title, where they famously took down Italian giants Milan. He also added the Super Cup, the Intercontinental Cup, and 2 Johan Cruyff Shields to his trophy cabinet. He wasn't just along for the ride. He was a world-class impact player, surrounded by absolute legends of the game. 85 matches, 18 goals, over 3 magical seasons, he became an indispensable part of that Ajax system. He used his height, his pace, and his dribbling to tear apart Dutch and European defenses alike. Section 3, Star Status at Real Betis. By 1996, the Spanish league came calling. And interestingly enough, Finidi had actually been in talks with Real Madrid first, but when those negotiations fell through, he pivoted and signed a contract with Real Betis instead. And man, what a signing he turned out to be for the Andalusian team. He consistently hit double-digit goals every single year he played there. In his very first season, his firepower actually propelled the club to a fantastic 4th-place finish in La Liga. They even pushed all the way to the final of the Copa del Rey. Finidi actually scored in that final too, though the cup was narrowly and heartbreakingly lost to Barcelona. But, football is unpredictable. While his initial run in Spain was phenomenal, his European journey did have a stark contrast later on. He made a highly anticipated move to England's Premier League with Ipswich Town in 2001, but things unfortunately just didn't pan out. He only managed to score a handful of goals over 2 seasons, and his contract was ultimately terminated early in June 2003. That led him to return to Mallorca before he officially retired in 2004. Section 4, Super Eagles and AFCON glory. Because beyond club football, we absolutely have to talk about his legendary status wearing the green and white of the Nigerian national team. He started his international journey back in 1991, and honestly, this is where his legacy truly cements itself. To really grasp his playmaking genius on the international stage, just picture this one singular moment. During the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, Nigeria absolutely dismantled Burkina Faso in a massive 7-1 victory. In that single match, Finidi served up 3 separate stunning assists to the legendary striker Rashidi Yekini. It was a total masterclass in wide play, proving he had this unrivaled ability to deliver precise, deadly service right into the box. He was, without a doubt, the creative engine of the Super Eagles during their most successful era. He anchored the squad that lifted the African Cup of Nations trophy in Tunisia in 1994. And beyond that ultimate victory, he helped the team secure a runner-up finish in 2000, plus 2 third-place finishes in '92 and 2002. Whenever the African Cup of Nations rolled around, everyone knew Finidi George was a force to be reckoned with.
Section 5, shining on the world stage. Because his dominance wasn't just limited to Africa or Europe. He brought those incredible talents to the biggest, most heavily scrutinized tournament on Earth, the FIFA World Cup.
Nigeria achieved something incredible. They reached the knockout stages in back-to-back global tournaments. In the '94 World Cup in the USA, they actually won their group before falling to eventual finalist Italy in the second round. Then, in the '98 World Cup in France, they advanced yet again, this time being eliminated by Denmark. And through it all, Finidi was a crucial, ever-present starter, playing in literally all the matches during that 1998 run.
Oh, and we definitely can't talk about his World Cup exploits without injecting a bit of humor into football history. In that 1994 tournament, he scored a massive goal in a 2-0 victory against Greece. And his celebration? Actually, it was this totally quirky, hilarious peeing dog routine by the corner flag that completely captured the world's attention. It's one of those moments fans still talk about and laugh about today. It really showed off his vibrant personality on the biggest stage imaginable. Section 6. A lasting football legacy. Let's pull all of this together to examine his total output and his eventual transition away from the pitch. When you break down his 68 European League goals, you really see the peak of his powers. His attacking years at Real Betis, where he netted 38 league goals, and Ajax, where he scored 18, truly defined his European career. It perfectly illustrates where he made his most significant statistical impact as an attacking winger. And then there's this number, 62. Earning 62 caps for the Nigerian national team between 1991 and 2002. I mean, that number demands immense respect. During those 62 appearances, he scored 6 goals. It's a huge testament to his sheer volume of output, his durability, and his unwavering dedication to his country over more than a decade of international football. But here's the thing. His football story didn't just end when he hung up his boots. Not content with just playing, he took that immense tactical knowledge straight to the sidelines and the front office. He returned to Real Betis in 2010 as Director of International Football. Later, he stepped into management, boasting a win rate of over 44% with Enyimba, briefly managing the Nigerian national team in 2024, and now taking the helm at Rivers United. His influence on the game literally continues to grow from the dugout. So, I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to ponder. When you look at that incredible resume from start to finish, the Champions League glory in Europe, the continental dominance in Africa, the World Cup magic, and his ongoing role shaping the next generation as a manager, how high up the list of football immortals does Finidi George truly belong? It's been an absolute blast guiding you through his story today.